an incredible 56 points per game, and they've yet to be challenged this season, so it's no surprise that their quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa, is a huge favorite to win the Heisman Trophy right now. Tua has 18 touchdown passes with 0 interceptions for the Crimson Tide. He's followed by Ohio State quarterback Dwayne Haskins, West Virginia's quarterback Will Grier, and Oklahoma quarterback Kyler Murray. Murray has been great this year, but his odds did take a bit of a hit after losing to Texas on Saturday. We are now joined by Joel Klatt. I hang with you guys during the week. I hang with Joel on the weekend, so I hear about this all the time. But in your opinion, is the Heisman race already over?
No. I mean, as great as Tua has been, it's not anywhere close to over because there's so much football in front of everybody, and there's so many things that can happen. And I'm going to start with the fact that I'm going to have a hard time. As great as Tua is, I still come down to this fact. Would Alabama be any different without Tua? Maybe offensively they wouldn't quite average as many points, Shannon, right? Like maybe they'd be in the 40 range and not the 54, 52 range. Maybe they'd be in the 35 range. Yes. I'll come down 5. But they'd still be undefeated with Jalen Hurts. You know, this would be a team that would still be ranked number 1. And again, I don't want to take anything away from Tua, but there's some other performances going on out there that are equally incredible. What Haskins is doing, 2 fourth-quarter comebacks for Ohio State against ranked teams, one of them on the road, one of them in basically a road-neutral site. And in fourth quarters this year, he's 76%, 4 touchdowns with a rating of 225. That's pretty incredible in the biggest moments on the biggest stages. Will Grier's undefeated with West Virginia. He's got 3+ touchdowns in every single game that he has played. And right now, that team's likely going to be 7-0 when they go to Austin, Texas, with big stages down the stretch, including games with Texas, like I mentioned, and Oklahoma. My fear for Tua, Shannon, is that he's sitting there with a baseball cap every fourth quarter. Can you win the Heisman Trophy in a baseball hat? I don't know if you can. This is not quite Barry Sanders' numbers of 1988, where you're just blowing away the NCAA record books. He's playing great football, but at some point, he's going to need some competition in order to have the stages necessary to win the Heisman Trophy.
But you got to understand, Barry was putting up those big numbers, and they still was losing. So he was playing into the fourth quarters. And plus, here's the narrative. We've never seen a Nick Saban guy play like this.
That's true.
You look at Coach Saban at Michigan State, you look at him at LSU, you look at him at Alabama. In the they won 12 national championships at Alabama. We've never seen an offense like this. This guy, Tua, has thrown 1 or fewer passes in 4 of 6 second halves. So put it like, I'm going to give you, Skip, you love the term context. I love context. Yes. I'm going to give you some context. Last year, Baker Mayfield threw his first interception in Game 6. He was 17 touchdowns, 1 interception. In 60 more passes than Tua. Tua is 18-0.
Steve did his homework.
Oh, no, Skip.
I'm impressed.
I'm going to do you this. This is why he's going to win it. He has 7 fewer touchdowns than incompletions. Haskins has 97 more pass attempts and only 7 more touchdowns. What that man gonna do with this here? He's gonna be in the clubhouse with 30 tubs and 0 picks at the end of the year. How you not give it to him, averaging 50 a game?
So it's over?
Barring a significant injury, OVA. It's like Usain Bolt at the Olympics. He looking back like this here.
Really?
That's what Tua doing right now.
Be careful, you just wrecked your microphone.
No, it's good.
It's good.
Yeah, Tua got this thing. He's Usain Bolt right now.
So, my researcher told me, Tyler, I don't know, I don't follow college football very closely, so...
Yeah, oh, no, because Kyler Murray got some...
Yeah, since Oklahoma lost, you apparently
Actually,
don't follow closely.
He didn't tell me this because I just knew this. The combined records of Alabama's opponents so far, and I'm going to throw in Missouri, which is upcoming this Saturday, 19-21 are the combined records of these opponents. It's a joke who they have played so far, and Tua's Heisman candidacy is a joke so far. Nobody except maybe a semi-credible A&M at 4-2, but they started with Louisville, who is 2-4. Then they played Arkansas State, 3-3, having lost to Georgia Southern and App State.
Georgia Southern good.
Yeah, they're real good. Then Ole Miss is 4-2, and they lost to LSU 45-16, the same LSU that just lost at Florida.
We're going to play LSU too, though.
Yeah, and by the way, Ole Miss has beaten Southern Illinois, Kent State, and Louisiana Monroe. That's impressive. A&M, again, 4-2, semi-credible. And then the Louisiana Raging Cajuns, they're 2-3. Alabama actually played this team, and they lost to Coastal Carolina, the Raging Cajuns.
Chanticleers.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a team Tua has torched. And then last Saturday, Arkansas has now lost 5 straight games to fall to 1-5, and they have lost, the Arkansas Razorbacks, to Colorado State and North Texas. You impressed by that? Because I'm not. And Missouri at home got annihilated by Georgia. So Drew Lock, I watched the whole game just to see about his pro potential. I'm pretty dicey on that. I'm not really seeing it. And then they lost to South Carolina. So who are they going to play? At LSU? Is that credible?
LSU,
Okay.
Auburn.
Yeah.
They're going to play Georgia in the SEC championship game.
Here's the problem. I don't think Tua's going to play in the fourth quarter against LSU because LSU's not going to score on Alabama.
Okay. Okay. And I read yesterday on ESPN.com, Mel Kiper and Todd McShay raving about the best pro prospect at running back in college football is who? Guess who? It's the guy at Alabama.
That's Yaris.
Huh?
I was going to say which guy at Alabama.
Yeah.
We keep 5-stars.
Damien Harris.
Yeah.
That's who they got.
But
They love him.
We got a bunch of Harris.
Mel said he's got a phenomenal pro future ahead of him.
Yeah.
Because he runs so hard and so smart.
Listen, I'm buying what you're selling about the schedule.
So now
who's the guy then? Who's your guy?
Well, Kyler Murray.
Oh,
his
stop.
degree of difficulty is off the charts. It's 5 times harder than what Tua's faced. Did you see Kyler Murray? I tweeted early in the game. This game is going to boil down to Kyler Murray having to overcome Mike Stoops. You can go look at my timeline. I tweeted it in the first quarter, and the final score was 48-45, which got Mike Stoops fired. Finally,
hold on.
after 5 years of me complaining about it.
They did lose.
Yeah, wait. I'm not finished yet because the floor is mine, because in the fourth quarter, they're down 21. And what happened? Because you two were right there. You were sitting in the stands half the time. It was great.
Only at the beginning.
Kyler Murray put on the show of shows in the fourth quarter and had a 67-yard run that could have been his Heisman moment, because that's a Heisman play right there.
It could have. However, he did throw a terrible interception early in the game.
Terrible.
He had a
It was
terrible
careless.
fumble
He
in
just
that
put the
game. And he put the
football
ball on the ground, and it slipped out from under his hand.
But here's what
Guess
happens.
what? He was outplayed in the game at the position by Sam Ellinger.
All right, but he's
I
like,
know he had the
he's
moment
like
with the
Tebow
run.
Jr. That's what he was.
I don't disagree with you, but that's a tough deal. Again, if you're going to argue that Greer or Haskins or Laviska Shenault from Colorado could potentially win the Heisman Trophy.
You got your school in there.
Listen, Laviska Shenault is leading the country in receptions. He's leading the country in
He
yards
will
per
not
game
win it,
receiving.
Joel.
They're also undefeated. You're talking about all these teams that are undefeated, that their best players in a better position than Kyler Murray. Kyler's amazing, but you can't be a guy that in your biggest game of the season.
Okay, what happens in a
is not the
shootout
best
game
quarterback
when
on the
it's
field?
48-45? What happened to Tom Brady in the Super Bowl? He threw for an all-time playoff record 505 yards, but he did get a little careless in the end and just
boom.
And the ball by Brandon Graham gets knocked out of his hands because you're trying to wait for somebody to come open, because you know you're going to have to score 41 points to win the Super Bowl.
So what happens? If you know your defense doesn't have it that day, the one thing you can't do is turn it over.
And turn it over.
Okay, but you're going to try things you might not try if you were ahead by 2
No,
touchdowns.
but that's the thing, is he didn't need to.
Okay,
that's the thing. When they were just playing offense, they were good enough.
Right.
On Saturday. And those unforced errors, I should say, ultimately got Oklahoma beat.
He was spectacular. No, Mike Stoops got him beat. That was horrendous defense. That's the worst tackling in a football game I've ever seen.
When did they ever play great defense with Mike Stoops?
Thank you.
I don't disagree. Listen, in their last 2 losses as a program, they've scored 48 and 45 points. And their championship window is certainly open. They're going to make a move at coordinator. But Mike Stoops doesn't win the Heisman Trophy for Kyler Murray. Just because you have a lot of barriers to entry doesn't mean that you're going to win the trophy, in particular when there's performances like Tua's putting out there, or Dwayne Haskins with his 25 touchdowns right now. I mean, that's a steep argument right there.
Second best QBR in all of college football.
Who got number
Kyler
1?
Murray. Tua does.
Who got the best touchdown to interception ratio in college football?
Who's got the most help in college football? It's not even close. It's Tua.
Maybe Tua.
It's a joke. No, maybe.
Skip, that's the SEC.
You've got the best running back as well as the best defense.
What conference sends the most players to the NFL year after year after year?
And I would argue that Kyler right now has the most help from play caller, has the most help from system, because this is not a system that he's taken to the next level. He's doing essentially what Baker did, maybe a little bit less.
What quarterback's ever done what Tua is doing in Alabama? What quarterback? Name it. Coker?
Have you ever seen a weaker schedule than this? Their opponents are 19 and 21.
You have a great point on the schedule. You have a great point.
Everybody says that every year they don't play anybody.
Are you proud of this, Shannon? The Raging Cajuns?
Okay, let me ask you
Arkansas
this.
State?
They say this every year, Joel.
Seriously?
Alabama doesn't play anything, but every year the confetti rains down on Alabama.
They certainly have the easiest path, right? I mean, they've got the least barriers to entry to go to the playoff.
Shannon,
There's no doubt about that.
You should be ashamed of this.
I will be ashamed when Tua get that trophy. For the third time in 6 years, they're going to have the Heisman winner.
Well, let's just give it to him.
If he doesn't get injured, they might as well.
Okay.
I don't know. I just don't think he's going to have the stages. I really don't. As great as he is, think about it. Haskins is going to have the TCU game fourth quarter, the fourth quarter of Penn State. He's going to have a game against Michigan. Will Greer's got games at Texas, against Oklahoma at home, potentially a Big 12 champ. When's Tua going to play a fourth quarter? Maybe the SEC championship?
Maybe.
We still got that narrative.
It's definitely not over, but Kyler's not the one.
He came off the bench. Everybody remember that moment. You remember that moment, Skip? Gibson, Kirk Gibson? You remember he came off the bench? He was injured.
And your point is what?
He came off the bench of the national championship game. We still riding that wave.
Did he have a pulled hamstring?
We riding that wave.
He have a pulled hamstring.
No, what you gonna have
Kirk
full
Gibson
throw?
couldn't even walk.
Hey, he came off the pine. Have we ever seen anything like that before in our lives in college football?
Many times.
Who did it?
I don't know.
In a national championship game.
I saw Baker Mayfield do it for the Cleveland Browns.
You ought to be
You can make the argument. Last thing here. You can make the argument. The most important player to his team is Will Greer at West Virginia. They wouldn't be anywhere close to where they're at without Will Greer.
I don't know. He's got a couple of really good receivers.
Oh, Kyler
who's
Murray
throwing the ball?
Kyler Murray doesn't have anybody.
Yeah, I guess Marquise Brown and C.D. Lamb are just guys.
How about Judge Judy? Judge Judy can fly, man.
Yeah, Judge Judy can do it.
At least we got the big moments, and that's why we love college football. Joel, thank you for joining us. All right, guys. Will the Chiefs stay undefeated in Foxborough on Sunday night? We'll discuss that with Brian Cox next.